From the Center for Agricultural Profitability at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is Nebraska Farmcast. I'm Ryan Evans. An upcoming webinar series presented by the Nebraska Cooperative Development Center at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, titled Co-op Innovation in the Food System, will feature a variety of businesses and educate about how they use the cooperative model to address issues like land access, infrastructure needs, fair prices, and land stewardship. The free series is set to feature 3 webinars beginning December 6th, and I am joined now by Margaret Milligan, Cooperative Development Specialist with the Nebraska Cooperative Development Center, to hear more. Hi, Margaret. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So before we get into specific webinars, can you start by just explaining more about the series, like what inspired NCDC to develop this, and then who the webinars will be geared toward?
Yeah, I'd love to. The inspiration was just being aware that the cooperative business model was being used in really creative ways in the food system in other places, and wanting to share that with, small and mid-sized producers, vegetable producers, livestock producers, other producers in the state. So just being inspired by what others are doing with the model and maybe sparking some conversations here in Nebraska. And the cooperatives that we're going to be talking to, they kind of range from a cooperative of small to mid-sized livestock producers to a small-scale, diverse vegetable production farm. So we're kind of hitting on folks who are growing food for human consumption.
All right, great. And as I mentioned, the series gets underway December 6th. This is happening at noon Central. It's on Zoom. And the first webinar looks like it will focus on co-ops as well as livestock producers, and fair prices, and big impacts. So tell us what to expect for this first one.
So the first session is December 6th, and that is a conversation with Cody Hopkins of the Grassroots Farmers Cooperative in Arkansas. And they are a group of small-scale family farmers who formed in 2014. And their purpose is to really keep people on the farm, raising animals, stewarding the land. And so they developed this cooperative to reach a larger market. So consumers from across the country can order their products, their livestock products, and have them shipped and delivered right to their door. So that is our first conversation, and we'll be talking to Cody about why they started and what they've achieved in terms of living wages paid to both their producers and processors, and how they have kind of differentiated themselves from other businesses who are shipping agricultural products directly to consumers.
And then coming up December 13th, it looks like you will be speaking with Hannah Breckbill of Humble Hands Harvest out of Iowa. What can we expect for that one?
Yeah, that'll be a great conversation and opportunity for folks to ask Hannah questions about the several kind of unique things her farm has going there in Iowa. And, what we're hoping to talk to her about is, first of all, how she and her farming partners accessed land through kind of a unique way that involves a group of community members. And we're also going to be talking to her about why their farm organized as a worker cooperative. They're they're a relatively small, direct market, diversified farm growing vegetables, sheep, pork, fruits, and nuts. And it's not super common in our region for farms to organize as a worker cooperative. And so we're really going to dig into why they made that choice and how it has affected their quality of life and the farm's viability in the future.
Great. And then the series is scheduled to wrap up on January 3rd, which you're still working out the details for that one. So it'll be a surprise, and we'll stay tuned for more details, right?
Yeah. The date in January has not been decided, but it is sometime in January. We're hoping to get another speaker, and we're working on that. So.
Perfect. And then just to wrap up, what do you hope that the series will teach people or highlight about the cooperative model, the different kinds of cooperative models for attendees?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I know that, here in Nebraska, we're probably aware of how the cooperative model has been really helpful in the agricultural field. Ag co-ops in the state are something that a lot of people are aware of, and they utilize them. They're members of those co-ops. And kind of the same model can be applied to different types of farms, to different types of businesses in the local food system. And it's really about what can be achieved by working together as opposed to, separately. So we're just hoping to get the conversation started with direct market producers or folks who are interested. Just get some excitement and inspiration.
Great. And if people want to find out more about this, it looks like you've got registration open now. Is that correct?
That's true. Yes.
And it looks like go.unl.edu/co-op food system would be the place to go for that. And of course, as always, if people want to learn more about the work of you and your colleagues at the Nebraska Cooperative Development Center, ncdc.unl.edu is a great resource for that. It's Margaret Milligan, Cooperative Development Specialist with the Nebraska Cooperative Development Center, with us today. And Margaret, I want to thank you very much for letting us know more about the webinar series.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for having me.
Nebraska Farmcast is a production of the Center for Agricultural Profitability at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. For the latest research-based information and education resources to manage your farm or ranch operation, visit our website at cap.unl.edu. That's cap.unl.edu.